Hey guys, it's Ashley, a Will Drink for Travel here. I'm with Tracy Javier, cocktail curator extraordinaire. And today we're talking about how to be creative with spices. And we're gonna start this episode with a cocktail actually.
Yes.
So what are we drinking?
We are gonna drink a reposado tequila with a homemade pineapple cider that I made the other day.
Pineapple cider, yum. For the holidays?
For the holidays or for the fall.
In our COVID bubble.
Yes. I'm a big fan of ciders. I'm obsessed with them right now. I made a blueberry cider the other day that was great.
Yum, I missed out.
And I wanted to do a pineapple turmeric cider as well.
Yum. You said it's pineapple cider. So why did you decide to pair the pineapple with it?
I really like the way reposado and pineapple taste. Has a kind of like a warming vanilla pineapple taste to it.
Okay.
So I wanted to highlight that spice a little bit and make a cider with it.
Yum. Because when I think about pineapple, I usually think like summer. So it's interesting you like paired it with a fall cocktail.
Yeah, I was thinking just something a little bit different than just your standard apple cider. There were some pineapple chunks that were on sale at Whole Foods, so I said, why not?
So since we're talking about spices, what spices did you use for this?
So the spices that I use for this is cinnamon, cloves, allspice, star anise, and then turmeric. Turmeric is a root, so you can use that as well as a spice. And I honestly like to top it off with a little bit of Angostura. Kind of gives it a little bit more of that warming spice flavor.
Oh, okay. So warming spice. What do you mean when you say that?
When I say warming spice, I mean like your cinnamon, your cardamom, your star anise, things that like just kind of like warm your palate when you have them, whether it's like in a cocktail or in food, like apple pie.
Oh.
Even if you think about Caribbean food, for example, you have a lot of allspice in there and a lot of cloves in there as well. So,
Yum. So cheers.
cheers.
Oh, wow. A lot of flavors in that.
Yeah.
I taste the pineapple, obviously, and I taste the Angostura. But I also taste like the cinnamon.
Get a little bit of that mild, like turmeric flavor in it
Yes,
as well.
yes, mild turmeric, delicious. Yeah, so since we're talking about how to be creative with cocktails, with spices, what spices do we have here today?
So right here, I am highlighting a little bit of cinnamon, cardamom. We have some flowering tea right here, star anise, and nutmeg. And then as well, we do have our bitters, which have a lot of spices in it as well.
In one of our last videos, we talked about bitters and the components of bitters. So we know that bitters have a lot of spices in them. So how do they contribute to the spices in your cocktails?
I like to think of bitters almost like glue in a way. Like it just kind of puts things together and holds them together. So for example, I always like to bring it back to an old fashioned, honestly. So, because I feel like when you add bitters, it's a very simple cocktail. It's you have your sugar, you have your spirit, your dilution, which is your ice when you stir it, and then your bitter agent, which literally just glues it all together.
I love that. And I think that's an accurate description for bitters. It just like, as we said in our video, it snatches it.
Yes.
So we know that spirits also have a lot of spices in them as well. Like they're made to taste, to have that, have that spice. Like gin is a good example of that. Like you can smell the botanicals in gin. So how do you use spices to enhance the spirits?
So when it comes to spirits and spices, like as you brought up, gin is a great one. I like to think of gin kind of in like a very like general term as a flavored vodka in a way. So you have something that's a neutral spirit, and then you add a bunch of spices to it. Juniper, obviously. You can add like pink peppercorn. Sometimes I taste in gin. Sometimes rose.
Yeah. Okay.
So
like that anise kind of flavor.
Yeah, anise.
Yeah.
So when it comes to making cocktails with certain spirits, what you can do is you can highlight a certain spice that you like. So for example, with gin, you have, a Blue Coat, which is an American gin, has a little bit of like a dusty rose taste to it.
Okay.
So and rose and grapefruit work very well together. So if you pair a little bit of grapefruit with your gin, especially that one, you're gonna really highlight that rose flavor.
Actually, if you look on your bottle, it should have like what's in it, what kind of flavors it has. So that's a great way to also figure out what you're gonna pair with it.
Yeah, definitely. So and even if it's not on the bottle, like I love researching everything. Like I love cocktails, I love alcohol. But I'm not great at like pulling something right out of my brain. So a lot of times like I'll do a lot of research about anything that I'm playing with to make sure that I can highlight whatever spice or flavor that I want to.
Yeah. So this has been like such a great lesson on spices and what to use with your spirits, your favorite spirits. So
Definitely.
make sure you check your bottle and see what is in it, and then you can decide from there. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.